can, I used to listen, of course, with Raghuji. And of course, I'm always talking about Raghuji because I see Anant in front of me. And I always remember Raghuji, This is how I got the sound, Anand, really. And every interview I speak about Raghuji. Always.
Amazing.
But this is how he there's a few episodes more later I will tell you. There are more about how Raghuji called my mother in Bombay. It's amazing.
Please tell us.
So when you listen to Raghuji, Anand, the thing I play, his groove is settled, man. It's there. And he can so relaxedly leave the place. He doesn't have to add fast. You add fast because you're restless, because you're not sure about your sound. Raghuji that's settled, man. You don't have to go, wow, he's gone. Even if it didn't take another 1 minute, wow, And I came from that. I said, so if you tell me to stop play tabla, no. I know, meri aukat mujhe malum hai how to say it. How to say it in English. Meri aukat mujhe malum hai.
I know where I stand.
Sure.
So what I can do and what I can't do. And what I can do, I'm fearless about that.
Beautiful.
So they left it, and then I was going there. So one day I came home. My mother, hey, Tilu. I said, my mother called me Tilu. Tilu. Palghat money Iyer called. I said, Mummy, Palghat money? Why is he going to call? There's no telephone up there. No. Upar wala. I said, Mummy, no. Impossible. How can Palghat money Iyer call me? He's no more. I'm telling you, he called. So next, again I went, Tilu, he called again, Palghat money Iyer. I said, Mummy, it's impossible. So I was playing with mom in the afternoon. I always played, The phone rang at around about 3:34.
In the morning?
Afternoon. I picked up. And the voice was, I would like to speak to Trilok, not Gurtu, Trilok. I am Palghat Raghu. And I got, what do you speak with me? Oh, I was all gone. I said, mar gaya. Abhi mar gaya main. And, wow, I was like, he'll ask me to play with him and I'm gone. I have to take 3 months of leave. I'm done, It's impossible to play like this, with this. You have to be in the routine. They're in the routine. I'm not in the routine, No, Anand, am I right?
Well, you have an equally amazing routine that we're completely...
No, but how to develop, from one, then go to Tishram, then Khandam. You have to have that repertoire and have to,
Yeah, it's a different type of training for sure, yes.
Don't have the routine. Of course, you'll get it, but you have to be in it every day.
Right.
So I said, Raghuji, I am teaching in NCP, Nariman Point. He was there. And I think the students were very little and they have no idea. And he told me, Trilok, you are our ambassador. Oh man, he told me this. For Karnataka music, what you're doing for music, you are our ambassador. A lot of people don't know. And he really, flattered me like crazy. So, sir, I'm coming. I said, Mommy, I'm stopped. I called these people. Kai Eckhart, Vivek?
Yeah, Kai Eckhart, bass player. Yeah.
He was there with me. And there was a Kawal player from Bulgaria who's on my CD.
Which year was this, sir? If you remember?
Probably late 80s, I imagine. Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. Kawal player, Theodosis Pasov.
Okay.
He was there. And there was a guitar player who used to play Gimbri. And, and I told them, guys, let's go to meet, because this Kawal player used to play 7 and 9. And I said, when you play 9, it's like really elastic. You cannot play like this. When you play 9, you can just say, 9. I said, no. But where is the something has to be a reference point. Even there. No. In Bulgaria, I said, okay, you come with me. I'll show you reference point. Come with me. Come. So he came, and then Satyajit came, Satyajit Talwalkar,
Yeah.
Then he explained to me that, these things has to happen. Everybody was listening, these people. And I asked him, sir, some exercise, because he comes from Bulgaria. He's playing 7. 7? Why not 4? Why? I said, no, 7. And Ravi Chari was there also. Ravi Chari. I think he was. Everybody came, and when they heard Raghuji is there, all ran. So it was a lesson. I gave it to, there's one guy, Henrik Anderson, he's teaching also Kannakol. Okay. So it was ta, ki, ta, ka, de, me. It was this. And he said, what would you do? Ta, ki, ta, ka, de. You keep the talam this and you double it. The takita, takatin, takita, takade. Takata, takatin, takata, takajita, takita, takate.
Right.
He said, okay, now do the reverse. Keep it straight here and change the talam. And he was doing it. Then he went to 5 and he said, coffee, you're wrong. No. And it's amazing. It's like, the Shesh Naga, all this 160 degrees of listening. I said, how is he listening? He's asking me, you want coffee? He's talking to the other guy and he knows exactly where he is. And I was just saying, wow, I could not fathom that. And then, coffee, and, you want, and even then, no, amazing. The confidence of the reference. Okay, now, you know my tune, 7 Brings Return?
Yes.
Okay. So I send it with Kai to a guitar player, Steve Likita from Toto. Yeah, Trilok, yeah, 7, bro, everybody, yeah, why I can't do this, and when I put all this, shifted the bit, little bit, put -2, little things I did, what Raghuji had told me, move little bit, unexpected, you almost think, this guy can't play or what? And all of a sudden, and then he said, man, shit, how you come up with all this shit? I asked Kai in Deutsch, in German, what's happening? Oh man, there's probably 7 is not. He said, this is not 7 I heard. I said, yeah, this is Raghuji, man. It is spin circles, and then he told me, sounds easy to play, but it's a bitch. This is the word he used. And I said, I got it then. I got it. And a lot of musicians would tell me that. Most of the musicians, everybody said, boy, this is simple, but it's complicated to play. And I said, then I got the message. Then I got my sound. I got my style of making music. What else I want? People will say is bad, great. Good, great.
Yeah, but
at least I have my sound. I don't care for what you think.
I still feel there's that, it's like that mystery in your recipe, which is so like difficult to, which only is probably there in your head, which is how, there are many people who listen to Mridangam players, and many who would have heard Raghuji, many who would have heard so many other Mridangam players, right? But there is the transcription to how you do take that.
Choose what you can do with what.
Yeah, because if I can, take the liberty of saying this, all this, right? When you take one school of music and transcribe it to another, sometimes it can sound really shitty. If you don't...
Yeah. It sounds like moving furniture. It doesn't make, it doesn't, I've never heard it from, who other one I liked was Trichy. I liked Trichy Shankaran. I liked him.
Yeah.
I like him. He's got a beautiful sound also. And also Shivraman, when he played with Balachandra, the Hamsavdhani.
Yeah.
He just played the Theka, but fantastic, and that's got me. That got me. Then I took only what I needed. I didn't make it like too much extra baggage for me to understand. I just took what I wanted.
When did you first play the? Because I've seen you do that and it's super fast. Doing a baya and then playing the drums with the right side, you would almost like keep like a clave sometimes on the baya, which is going
or a bass line, or a bass line,
or a bass line, and then you start playing.
Classical musicians. Now I told you to listen to that. What I did with McLaughlin, very tricky music and orchestra. I would decode it because of the the Carnatic and North Indian system. I would decode it.
Right.
And then I said, oh, the bass player is not there. Okay, so I'll play bass. I'll play bass. So I heard it, and the point is, I like to compose music, Vivek, like you. I like to compose. So when it's not there, when the composition is the composition is not right, the bass line is not right. If you hear my CD, I play bass sometimes. I tell the bass guy, no, don't play. I play. The first track, God is a drummer, I play the bass. I played the bass. Because, like in India, I said I can't play with the bass player. Two bass players in India, Vivek. How is it possible? And they're all saying, I play jazz. You play? So I used to play, I used to like to do it, So then I developed like a technique where I can keep this and keep, play the melody here and keep the bass line here, or make it here, all different notes, and here, and this would go simple stuff, not like very complicated.
No, but
I would do that.
It just sounds.
Or one hand kashishi I would do, and then I'd play.
Yeah, even the kashishi, I think it's just so unique to all those things that you developed.
It just came, because I said I want to. I heard it like that. I have no choice. I just hear it like this. I hear it because the way I think to compose, to compose. That's why I think there are not many drummers or tabla players who compose. Very few. So they only get into the rhythmic and tala and this. But I said, no, I want to, if you want to be a complete musician, okay, try composing, But from that day, again to this thing, Raghuji, and did the 7. My friend Theodosi, he said, they never spoke on the flight. I said, what happened on the flight? They were flying. I said, Kai, Trilok, nobody spoke a word. Everybody, it said, now you see, playing 7 and 9, you see what person can do. You can see it. Yeah. And now he says, amazing, Trilok, amazing, and they learned from that, So what Raghuji said, now everybody is doing it. Hendrik, I showed Anderson too. And it is what he told me, this will iron you out. This is what Raghuji told me. Istri hoega. That's what he told me. He will iron you out.
Amazing.
And it did iron me out. It did iron me out. So these are the things I got from, and I still sometimes think why people are still defying and not treating music as one unit. Because Africa, if you really, this song Nakamuka maybe is not a good example. Nakamuka, this thing.
The folk.
And this is the same in Senegal.
Wow.
Same. The same, this African, very earthy.
I keep joking about saying that, Kerala also has elephants.
Amazing.
Elephants. Kerala has all the chenda and everything, and there they have the djembe, and it's
the same, really. It's very good. I think it's just, and why not keep these boundaries, because that's why I started mixing Africa and India, no?
Yeah.
And there also people complain, why are you, like, it's not the third world, we are not third world. You're calling it the third world. You're taking the liberty of calling it the third world because you don't know what we have done. Our rishis, our Sanskriti, we've been taught wrong stuff. We accepted it. But what is done? Tell me, the person who, this Rishi who found zero, shunya, can he be stupid? He's helping Stephen Hawking to get the black hole. Huh? They, Brahmanda, everything, they had sorted it out, man. With the mathematics, yeah. Nobody speaks about that. They don't want to. They want to go. Stephen Hawking, they all think, wow, India, zero. Without zero, what would have happened? Suddenly, Arab made zero. I don't know, what, yeah. Are we so bad, Indians? We don't protect ourselves. We don't protect our culture. We are afraid to say no. It is something great we have.
Sure.
I think the older, see what's happening. I'm on bonus. I've done.
It's our bonus,
I'm
sir.
not afraid to speak. No, I speak now. I said these kids have to know. They have to know.
It's our bonus, please.
Yeah, my bonus too. I said it's a bonus now. Like how many bonus years I don't know, and I will use to say this. Whenever I can, I will say this, because our tradition. We have also bad stuff. Of course, it's not all great.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we have Shankaracharya. Amara in Maharashtra, how many saints? Tukaram, Sant Gyaneshwar, Eknath, full. Come on. If you listen to that Vaikari, Anand, you should listen to this Avach from Vaikari.
I'll check it out, yeah.
I told you about the Varkaris, yeah.
They go wild, man. They really play, like really, And there was another book called Mridangam Mind, do you know?
Yeah, but David Nelson.
Yeah, I wrote a lot for him, because I said you should do it and you give it to me, and I gave it to all the drummers.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, Vinny, Dennis Chambers, Simon Phillips, Greg, everybody. I said, and I gave one copy to McLaughlin. And they all said, wow, man. And you see, the drumming is changing. People do understand the Karnataka, Karnakol, the essence of it.
Lot of them are now using Karnakol as a...
Right.
As a faculty, they use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So here's a small, a little bit of a change in the topic to kind of keep it a little bit light. So we heard that in addition to this incredible musical mind, you're also a food taster, and you get invited to go around.
Yeah, wine
and
wine and food.
Yeah. So can you tell us? So part of this whole podcast is, in addition to the incredible wealth of knowledge you give us, we also, get to know you as a person. So that's a privilege.
I from childhood, my mother used to say that music, pagdi, and one thing, three, music, pagdi, and organ can never be the same every day. Turban, how you put a turban? Huh?
Music, pagdi, and?
Gana,
okay.
Can never be the same every day. Or khana.
Yeah.
That's for the same thing. It will never be the same. So we were, all the musicians coming home, and they were all, I was brought up with this food. So I became a foodie. And then when I'm here, they say I have a very good taste, but, I don't know. And I get invited in Italy for tasting the wines, top wines. Which food. And I do a lot of concerts where I put the menu, food, and which wines will go there, which food I do in Italy. I did it in France. Because I know the grapes and the food, the taste.
Amazing.
I taste the wine. I don't like to.
Let's say what's your top 3 wines that you think, that you really think?
I like Languedoc. Okay. Languedoc wine, south of France.
Okay.
They're very good. And Friol, Veneto Friol, very good. And some Sicilian wines are very good. So I taste them. Now they will send me a package from Sardinia, from south of Italy to taste. So I
Amazing.
taste and I tell them with this. So I have to also do with, get lamb, get chicken. No, don't put some chili. I try. They're friends. I said, what do you suggest? I said, do this. So they call me. I did it also in Bombay few times, 3-4 times
Oh, really?
in hotels. Yes, yes,
Is
yes.
there a particular wine that goes really well with ta? Din.
That you have to relax. You have to open a nice Bordeaux, very good Bordeaux, Grand Cru, and just relax and listen, maybe with nice cheese and, but no samosa, please, no chaat.
So sweet. If we ever have the pleasure of doing that, really, it would be such a heartwarming thing for us to do that for you. So
Yeah, I do that. I do, and I go for a lot of walks, long walks,
oh, nice.
and I follow my Sadguru Ranjit Maharaj to the full.
So that maybe this is a good time to move into that. So this music and the spirituality and the drumming and kind of just the kind of drummer is a god or god is a drummer. And how did that come together with Maharaj and your, kind of, you said you kind of changed as a person and the thumb came down and the music opened up and of course
Maharaj, they are there from Adi. We say Adi from before they know you. From several births. I think so. They are taking care, and they are taking you out from this rut, from the dirt.
Hmm.
And my master told me, you don't have bondage. He said, so I eat, drink. He says that has nothing to do with spirituality.
Right.
It has to do with body and mind. That's nothing. You can do stand Aham Brahmasi. You are God. You are Himself. Everybody around you is God. Everybody, because of God in you, everything moves. Don't think you move.
Right.
And these things, so wow, it's like how Raghuji said, simple, complicated.
So which year was this that you met him approximately? Like, if you remember, which year it was?
1999.
Okay.
It changed, and I was so lucky to, and then I could imagine Guru and Sadguru. Guru is caught.
Right.
Guru is caught. He's still looking for, wanting, he will not allow the disciples to come up. Our gurus are not less here. Shana hai sab log. Hindi mein bolte hain na, shana. Not let this to come up, Jande, don't teach him. Sadguru is not like this. He is not caught in anything. He is happy if the student takes it up and tells everybody, helps the society. But he said, speak when spoken to. Don't tell this thing to everybody. It's not for everybody. So my master, Ranjit Maharaj, he told me, if music will take you there, do it. And I changed my music, completely, and feel lighter with him. And you can make out that the dirt in the mind, the mind chattering is getting less.
Wow.
Getting submissive. Mind is like falling. It's not getting any more water. So gir raha hai, I'm not feeding any water. No khet. No fertilizer. You die, you bastard. Go. I use him well. So it was great. And God is the drummer, because we're underestimating ourselves. Because how can you drum without the God in you? You can't drum, he can't move, I can't do anything. So it's only that power who's doing everything. Raghuji used to go, Raghuji used to do turning in the temple. He told me. No, he went to also. You should want it inside you. And that's it. It can't be forced, or I don't think so. Best thing is you don't have to be a vegetarian and a non-vegetarian. You can do Your discrimination
absolutely.
is the name of Vivek. Vivek means discrimination. He gets up very much, So that's what I do, I think about. I do a lot of bhajan, but I make it funky.
Yeah, I
I
imagine.
put all these different patterns, and I told Mahesh Kale, we do this song, but we should put a heavy duty groove behind it, man. Like Tukaram, all this abhanga, but
Right,
like
right, right.
a nice African Cuban rhythm,
Amazing.
behind it, like,
It's
I'm trying to do that.
the whole Nama Sankirtanam thing, which they do even in the south. I've always had a dream of growing it out and like putting it out in a way which is because it is
You should do it.
but I grew up. My introduction to music was playing for bhajans, for straight. So
That
when now
get
I
the groove.
look at it, it's amazing. It just lends yourself to like go mental with the way.
But you should do it, because then the people also will understand. I think the people have to understand the words.
Just one more thing I wanted to ask you. Where is kind of sound going, according to you, now? With kind of
I think it's
electronics
going
and
into-
then this other stuff. Are we coming back to a kind of acoustic resonance, or are we going into some other kind of new domain of different timbre? And
We need more people like you, Vivek. And I'm telling two of my students to get the sound. Because everybody is too much into media, YouTube. They think that is going to save them. Facebook, Instagram. It's getting too much. So I teach my students, and I tell them, come to Adhyatmic side. I take lessons and I teach them. Yogesh Samsi's son comes, drum.
Amazing.
वो आता है वो.
अच्छा है
Then
वो.
other Umesh करके आता है, very good, very fast, Vivek, very fast. I gave them that, on my big band record. You heard that? You have heard that big band record?
No, sir. It's an
You
orchestra.
should hear it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Big band. And I used Subramaniam Pillai's.
Palani, yeah, okay.
I used to get a lot of stuff when I was with Karkodi. He said,
Right.
Sir, take. And I asked to, this I will take, this I will take, this I will take.
It's like a candy shop.
I have lot of stuff. And this was there. If you listen to it, is ta, the gin, nag, ta, kit, ta, the gin, nag, ta, kit, ta, the gid, nag, to, ta, gid, nag, to, ta, gid, nag, to. 13 and 11. So, ta, the gid, nag, ta, ta, Tishram, ta, the gid, nag, ta, the gid, nag, ta, the big man coming in, like, wow! You hear the people shouting, and I did it in 7. So I put takadimi, ta. It was quite hard. So they said, we can't play this. I said, Simon Phillips was playing it.
Wow, okay.
Vivek. And he said, hey, Trilok, you got it, man. I can't get it. And then you should listen to that.
Yeah, we will.
Sure, we will.
It's on the big band track. And I did it also on one of my CDs, I think, Masikal or after that. I did it alone. The same thing.
Okay.
I love the title. Vivek told me the title and the story of how you came up with Masikal.
Masikal.
Because it's against the classical.
Yeah, it was against classical. And I'll tell you what it is called. I am mad. I will tell them, Vibhav to send you, Vivek, and then you can give it to, and the whole thing is there. I made the whole big Muktayam with this, but without the orchestra. I put timpani and, the whole thing. In 7, I did it.
Wow.
Yeah. So this, I like to do, how I can, and this, I know, do. Gone. Simon Phillips, you should see what he said about these things. South India.
Sure.
I said, man, this is amazing. I did also in Julelal, I just did a little bit twist of Tadim tag, tadin tadin tag, tadin tag, tadiganak tag, they tadigat tag, they that. Also, this also I put it on, all the bass, all these hits, big band hits,
Right.
and then the people ask me,
This
where
style of Padan, sir, is
did
so unique to you. I mean, always like this is another thing that, like the minute you hear your any like it's so like typical Trilok way of saying things. Where did this come from? Like right now the way you
I
said it, it's you just have to hear 2 seconds, like you said in one of your earlier interviews, that the way Shobhaji used to sing Sa, and then it is Shobhaji. Similarly,
yeah.
when you do Padant, the first Ta is like heard. It's Trilokji saying it.
Yeah, I mix it with tabla and
But
also
a
a little bit.
strange mix of Konakol and Tabla actually.
Yeah. I do something. Something I do, something like that.
No,
Right.
but it's amazing.
Around there.
Yeah.
These things I did.
The conviction is there in every syllable that you put in, the intent that you put into every syllable. It's just amazing.
But this thing, ta, the gin and nag, tak, takita. You
Yeah, we'll
should
listen
hear
to
that.
it. We'll check it out.
Yeah. You, and the audience. All of a sudden, this is the beauty of composing something like that, man.
Right.
And I had it from Pillai and Mani Iyer playing.
Wow.
And when the Avartan, and I don't know, this maybe Pillai was a strange character, man. I might be some very strong person. He must be a good Mridangam player also, probably. I don't know. Or
Right.
something. And he played, then he stopped and started in the middle. I have this cassette. And then he started the last time, in the last, Mani Iyer joined. Wow, it felt
Okay.
like a tsunami came, wow, what a way to play this, man. And that struck me. Oh, I have to do it with drums. I have to do it.
Right. So I think you're talking about the Kanjira Vidwan, Swaminatha Pillai. Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
yeah.
Okay.
But was not Subramaniam Pillai also not a Kanjira player?
He was, but I think I know exactly the concert you're talking about because the composition now I can hear it, and I know the incident from where they joined for that, and it's like a big applause at the end of that whole thing.
these things, and I had to, what you say, when you make coffee, you have to put that powder down, no, and you just take what you need. Rest, I left.
Amazing.
What is it that you're listening to currently?
To myself. No.
Amazing.
No. I don't listen. I told you, I don't listen to this young nothing. I listen to Tchaikovsky, Shostakovich, all this Russian. So I don't feel like making a CD anymore, because all this, for what? For who? And now with this corona, everything, people are so depressed, the reason of playing. So I do it when I go in the morning. I just don't think anymore. I just say, oh, I'll play. I'll take a keyboard. I just play. I don't think I have to do this. I come with some other one idea. I do anything. And then I do the vistar. No. Next. I don't care. Anything comes, I go for it. I will start the qaida from here. No, I have no idea which fingers, how. And I come with some fingering, and I send it to some of them in Pune. I said, please try this. What is this? Haath se nahi nikal raha. Nahi nikal raha? How you can do it? I said, nahi nikal raha haath se. You cannot take it out, because, I find my own fingering,
Yeah.
It's a little bit different from tabla. I use like any way, and then nahi nikal raha. So I said, tell him, start with your index finger, this, not this, and then you'll get your hand will not get stuck, so it will get finger to finger.
Ring finger, you mean?
Yeah.
Ring finger.
Ring. So I do all this masti alone, to please myself. I come up with this, or drumming, I do something, I find some exercise, and I find something, I say to my friends, to my students, hey, check this out, you want?
Amazing.
I send it to them. That's all I spend my time.
Superb.
The Gigi, Gigi was a fort in Tanjore, Shivaji.
Yeah, Gigi. There's a Jinji fort also near Tirunamala.
Jinji fort.
Yeah.
That's what it is also, because I checked the Dakshini Marathi. I was checking it with Hari Shankar.
Okay.
I was telling you about the Tanjore Marathi.
Right. Yeah, we're going on this big journey. I've kind of been blissfully unaware of this whole thing about how that whole Marathi connection comes through, and it's very revealing, and it's amazing to have you and Vivek, and also this nexus of how rhythm has kind of just taken so many different avatars. It's just
the first पहले जो एकदम जिनका नाम था नारायण स्वामी अप्पा, मराठी में उनका नाम था नाना समा अप्पा, और अप्पा जो मराठी में थे ना वो
अप्पा.
He was the first Mridangam player, imagine.
But then how did this Kannokol, how did it start? It was so different than tabla and everything. Never got
the 5,000-year-old art form. जो art form है, In fact,
what drums they used before Mridangam? What were they using?
I mean, we could only look at it as a two-sided drum, because most temple architecture, if you see, they would hang जो कहते हैं ना हरिकथा में
हरिकथा
जो बजता था, it could be. So there is a lot of influence of. In fact, I mean, there is also this thing that the gumki, which we play in Mridangam, has also come from the dholki, because the Mridangam earlier used to only have topi. So I said there's a lot of.
Yeah, because this is from dholki.
In the south, जो भजन का पद्धति है ना, उसमें पंढरपुर का जो विठल के जो भजन है वो गाते हैं. They sing those songs. In the south, they even today in a traditional bhajan, they will sing some Tukaram Abhangs. Yeah.
You please send me, Anand, if you have anything that will inspire me, nice Muktayam or nice Korvai.
Sure.
I'll be more than happy.
I'll say one composition. This is I said this to Vivek also. Takadina takitatang, takadina takitatang, takitatang, takadina takitatang, 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 ti tati kitatang, ti tati kitatang, ti tati kitatang, takadina takitatang, takadina takitatang, takitatang, takadina takitatang, 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 ti tati kitatang, ti tati kitatang, ti tati kitatang, takadina takitatang, takadina takitatang, takitatang, takadina takitatang, takitatang, takatang, takati tati kitatang, takati tati kitatang, takati kitatang.
क्या बात है.
So that takita is a dilation which becomes it goes into the next. So yeah, I don't know this kind of stuff.
Vivek, you should hear this. I sang. I forgot it's Kannokol. I did like in a metal style. I sang.
Oh wow.
God is the drummer. I did. You heard that third track? It's called Holy Mess.
No, I didn't hear this one.
The Holy Mess. I sang like I sang all the whole Muktayam like that.
Amazing.
The trumpet and everything will play like that, husky.
Wow.
Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kannokol in metal, heavy metal style.
Amazing.
We
it's
have a
called Holy Mess. Holy Mess.
Holy Mess. Okay, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
Just the research that we were trying to do to kind of get you to like talk about some of your music. We were talking about sending links back and forth to each other on WhatsApp yesterday. After a point, we were just like, this guy's done so much, like we don't even know where to begin. Like we had like 30 albums. Suddenly we were like, what are we going to talk? So let's just, get his inspiration to come out.
I will ask Vibhav to send you. He has everything from classical to the big band and everything.
Thank you.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much for your time. We cannot...